Welcome into another episode of the Delco Duo. We're so happy you are tuning in. I'm PHL 17's Monica Cryan.
One half of the Delco Duo, and on the other half of the Delco Duo, Jenna Meisner. Thanks so much for spending a little bit of your weekend with us. As always, we are taking your issues at home that you submit to us, and we are solving them episode by episode.
Yeah, giving you any advice we can. But before we get to all of your issues, we got a really fun debrief. So we might actually have to have our Delco card revoked a bit.
I would agree with this.
Oh my goodness. So apparently there is a number one hoagie spot. And
In the world.
In the world.
We're talking the whole wide world.
And it's right here in Delco. This is a look at Phil and Jim's, Brookhaven, Parkside,
whatever post office you want to look at.
Delco's so weird with its townships and towns and, whatever. But so this is Phil and Jim's, again, technically like Brookhaven, Parkside. They were named by the Food Network magazine the number one hoagie spot in the world.
I quote, best hoagie on earth.
Oh my goodness. So now they have an influx of people. And here's what the owner had to say.
It is just over the top. I mean, we have lines out the door, online's going off, Grubhub's going off. People are placing orders calling 8 o'clock in the morning.
They earned it. Without a doubt, they've been here for a while, too. I'm not sure exactly how many years, but I've been coming here with my father since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, as far as I can remember. So they definitely earned it and deserved it.
Knee-high to the grasshopper.
That is my favorite part of this entire interview that was conducted. That saying.
I just still cannot believe that it's right here in Delco. But, where else would it be? Like Philly? Yeah, maybe. But other than that, Delco's...
And I love the owner. It's going off.
She's my favorite.
Going off. She has such a great Delco twang.
She was so sweet. And I mean, when I tell you they were slammed, they're usually really busy, obviously. Everyone's known about them. But... Now
they
had people from Wilmington.
Yeah.
People from Wilmington coming up.
This put them on a state, on a multiple Delaware Valley, now a national platform. So all the regulars, I'm sure, are going to be pretty annoyed with all the people that are now stopping in.
Seriously. But we had never been to Phil and Jim's, so that's why our card should be revoked. But here I go. I brought us...
I'm so excited.
So the best hoagie is actually the Italian special with all the works.
This is ginormous. This could feed a family. This whole entire hoagie could feed a family.
And I'm probably sure it has at a time, but I'm going to eat this hoagie myself.
All right. Cheers. Best hoagie on earth.
You've got sweet peppers. I've got hot peppers. That's the only difference. Oh. Did you get that? Mm-hmm. Did you get that crunch? This is a day old, and it still has that crunch to it.
It tastes so fresh. How many meats are in this? I see salami. I see cheese. I mean, there is a ton in here. Look, I'll flip it back a little bit.
This is so good.
Oh my gosh, this is delicious. I understand now why it's the best hoagie on earth.
And I said, Gia, did you submit the hoagie? I don't know how you submit a hoagie for testing.
What did you say? She probably looked at you like you had 10 heads.
She's like, no, just this editor-in-chief at Food Network was like, this is the best hoagie I've ever had and has come there before.
I love it. And we already got emails when we were talking about this on the morning show. Mm-hmm. People have their favorites. There's some people who are willing to challenge this. Other spots in Delaware County are also amazing. But
There's
this is really,
so many
really
good options. And so that's why we are so, so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But this is delicious. And like you said, everybody's got their favorites.
That is divine.
Do you like sweet peppers, hot peppers?
I like sweet more than hot. So you know me very well that you gave yourself the hot peppers. Mm-hmm. Is it really hot?
I got it. I've got it handled.
This is delicious. 10 out of 10. Congratulations, Phil and Jim's.
We love you. Thank you so much. And I was actually legitimately hungry, so I will be eating this throughout the show.
That's what I said. I said during the commercial, Monica, should we move these? And she said, absolutely not. I will be eating this throughout the entire show. All right.
Here we go. Delco. All right.
Let's go to our first topic.
First topic is Barry from Brookhaven. I had to do Brookhaven because, you guys get the best hoagies, but you got some issues. I just got a new job. Should I shoot my shot with a now past coworker I've crushed on forever?
All right. So Barry does not work at this place anymore. He's interested in a past coworker. Should he shoot a shot?
We have talked about one person actually asked us before this became a TV show, it was just a podcast, I have a crush on a coworker, should I go for it? And we said absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's just going to create weirdness. Even if things do go well, it's still going to be, it's just odd.
It also makes your other coworkers uncomfortable
Yes.
when you maybe you're not super touchy-feely at work, but everyone knows that you're together, you're leaving
Everyone's
together,
guessing.
you're probably coming in the morning together. It just makes everyone kind of feel a little weird.
And everyone's guessing like, oh, they were in the break room together alone. I hope they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
So you don't want that. Don't shoot your shot if you're dating or if you're still working together. If not, this is so sweet. Go for it.
Do you think Barry quit his job so that he could pursue this love?
How beautiful would that story
That's
be?
romantic.
You're getting really like Nicholas Spark.
That's what I mean. Like Barry could have just not have held it in any longer, that he had to quit his job to now shoot his shot. I'm making a backstory.
That's like some fantasy world right there. Like quitting your job.
Even if he got fired, he could
just for the girl.
Tell the person that.
Yeah.
Like, I got fired. He got fired, but he could say, like, I was working so poorly because I wanted to be with you so
I was
bad.
so distracted by you. I definitely say go for it, Barry, but how do you contact this person? What's your first move?
Well, if you were friends at work, hopefully you'll have their number. And if not, social media, don't go through LinkedIn. That's too much
Not an email.
not an email, not LinkedIn. Best bet is text message, then DM.
Right. But you're probably still in the same industry. I mean, if we're talking careers and now you're getting into another job, it's probably something similar. So just be ready. If it doesn't work out, you might bump into this person. You guys are still in the same industry. But it seems like this is going to be forever, Barry.
Well, that's very positive and optimistic of you, Monica. But I think to answer your question, Barry, shoot your shot. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So take that shot and try to pursue her or him. We don't know. So congratulations.
That's also very true.
All right, you take that big bite.
Barry,
as
get
I
back
take-
to us and tell us more. I'm going to get back
Take her
to
to
this.
Phil and Jim's on the first date. All right, as Monica eats the best
good
hoagie
idea.
on earth, I'm going to tell you what is coming up next here on the Delco Duo. We are talking about neighbors. Someone is not happy with their neighbor's lawn. I'm sure a lot of people at home can relate to something with their neighbors. So we're going to talk all about that after the break. Stay with us. And welcome back. You are watching the Delco Duo. We probably have a lot of food in our teeth right now as we're continuing to eat these during the commercial break. Monica is pointing to our newest addition. Now, we have three lovely gentlemen in the control room, Dave, Steve, and Eddie. Eddie actually doesn't sit through and watch most of this. It's more Steve and Dave. So they had the genius idea to get this new light. So everyone, please admire it.
We love it.
We're in lights now. Our name's in lights.
And it's not moving, so I think that it's not making people sick.
Right.
Originally, there have been lights that were moving. People
If you're
were
an OG of the Delco Duo, you'll remember the
Love you
disco
guys.
lights. We love all our OGs, but some of you did not like the disco light. So we were trying to think of something better.
who would? So we got this, and this is, I swear, our last edition. We're done. Because I feel like every time we've been
The chairs, the table, the mics, the light.
But, we've taken a lot of people's feedback and we've been trying to tailor the show to that. And I think this is it. Now we're done.
I love it. It's just faint. It's almost like spooky. It's like, ooh.
It's the Delco Duo
Delco
ghost.
Duo.
We're going to haunt you.
We're going to haunt you if you don't watch us every night. All right. Every Saturday night. Can you imagine if we were on every night? Oh, my gosh.
I feel like we could fill a half-hour show every day of just shooting the breeze. But at this point, it's just Saturday nights, and that's all you really need.
That's enough of us.
It is.
For one weekend.
Let's get to our second topic. Pauline from Prospect Park.
Triple P's.
Yep. One of my neighbors refuses to cut their lawn. It's so bad and embarrassing.
Pauline needs to vent right now. She doesn't want to offend her neighbor, but she's embarrassed.
I don't understand why she's embarrassed. It's
Because
not your
it's a
lawn.
reflection of her neighborhood.
not.
It's a reflection of her home. I totally understand you, Pauline.
Really?
I get you.
Really?
I feel as if your if you are, in a neighborhood, a cul-de-sac, if you're just in a line of homes, whatever you're in, your neighbor almost is a reflection of your front yard.
Oh, I don't see that. I actually kind of like it's like it's easy to soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by turkeys. I'm like,
that's a good point. I never thought of that.
Yes, I'm like, if my lawn looks the best, I'm happy. If everybody else's lawn
is that a normal saying? Soar like an eagle when you're around turkeys?
Surrounded by turkeys. My dad says it all the time.
Okay. That's the second one I've learned today. Knee high as a grasshopper. Soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by turkeys. Or
It is
what
really
it?
funny.
Not my circus, not my clowns.
And
that's another one.
The other one we had we had a hard time with was if you give a mouse a cookie, it's going to ask for a glass of milk.
Yes, you thought it was going to run a mile.
If you give a moose a cookie, it's going to run a mile. We've butchered them all, but I did not butcher this one because I really feel that way. Like, I want my lawn to look the best in the neighborhood. I always love driving by. I'll drive by my house, like on my way home. Quick turn around because I live on a cul-de-sac, so let me just drive by the lawn. Let me drive by the house.
You're throwing trash out your window on people's on people's yards. Like, oh gosh, Janet is such a slob.
I don't like when people have better Christmas decorations than me. I want to have the cutest looking house. So I like when people's lawns are crap.
I think this is a good spin on that. Now, I live in an HOA, so there's positives and negatives to that for sure. A big positive is that within our HOA, lawn care and lawn maintenance, everyone's the same. So they come and they do everything.
So nice.
So it looks like a golf course. I mean, the first time they did it, I was like, wowza. This is amazing.
That's such a Southern thing, I feel. Like,
I mean, you pay for it. You pay for the HOAs, but it's really made our lives easier.
That is really, really nice. I would love that. Does it also handle like shoveling?
For snow?
No. Yeah.
So they'll shovel sidewalks, and obviously they plow the main entrances and everything, but your own driveway, you're responsible for.
Okay, own driveway. But I just always, we're in charge of our own shoveling, even the sidewalk. I always get so nervous someone's going to fall. Now we're going to get to our personal pet peeves when it comes to neighbors, because I don't care about the lawn, but I don't
Why are you yelling at the people at home right now? The
lawn.
all caps is quite jarring.
So I've got three things. Car on lawn, loud at night, and no invite.
Nothing to do with lawn maintenance, just your neighbor pet peeves.
Yes.
Car on lawn. Okay, so where have you...
Why is your car on the lawn? If you have... And we see it a lot in Delco, and I love you guys, but if you have that many cars that you need to start parking some of the cars on the lawn, you need to get rid of some of these cars.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. There's no parking. You don't have garage space.
And I'm talking parties. If you have a party, park on the lawn all you want. But day after day to have a car just parked on a lawn, especially when it's getting close to my lawn, I want it to look good. Also, no invite. That means if you're having a party, you have to invite all your neighbors.
Okay.
I don't want to hear you having a good time without getting an invite.
You're normally watching out the window.
All the time.
So
It's the Hoagies.
The Hoagies.
I gave you the sweet peppers.
Oh my God,
I had to give you the hot peppers.
Okay, so I went more of like the lawn, if I can get this out without choking, the lawn maintenance. Outdoor blow-up decorations, cringe. The more you have, the worse I feel about you. I understand your kids like them and they're cute, but I can't get behind them.
Yeah.
When I have a child one day and they're asking me for one, it's no.
Right.
Sorry.
Lights only.
Trash cans on trash day. We get emails when there's a holiday saying like, hey, trash day's been pushed back. Read the email. If it's a holiday and the trash day's been pushed back, I don't want to see your cans out there. You should know that trash was moved from Thursday to Friday.
Oh my goodness.
And on the actual trash day, once they come and collect, as soon as you're home, bring that in.
Okay.
Don't leave it out. Aggressive barking dogs. I think everyone can agree with this. A scary dog. You don't want to be walking around your neighborhood and feel like you're going to be attacked.
Yes, I agree with the barking dog. The first two.
What? I mean, come on.
Have you seen that house on Lawrence Road in Havertown?
With the decorations?
With all the decor?
Well, that's an attraction. People drive to see that. If your house is known for putting on a show and you're an attraction, then you do that. I love that for the kids. I love that for the holiday spirit. If you're putting like 3 huge blow-up Santas on your lawn and no one's driving by to look at it, I don't need that.
You're going and popping them. Okay. So that's our pet peeves for neighbors. Coming up next, we listen to your 2 problems. Now we've got one of our own. Jenna's not being a good friend. Make sure you stick around for this.
So you say.
And welcome back. Sorry if these hoagies are making you hungry. Late night Saturday, 11:30 eating is a real trouble. So sorry if this is making you hungry.
Wish we could feed you through the television, though, because it is so good. All right, so we've reached the part of the show where we're going to bring one of our own issues to the table.
Okay, so it's my turn.
What's Monica crying about? All right, you big baby.
Jenna had a lovely 1-year anniversary celebration, and you guys did the tradition.
Yes.
And you ate some of your cake topping of the cake.
Yes. So
1 year after.
What is your issue with me doing a normal anniversary tradition?
So then she shows me pictures, and she's like, "Oh, look, we had like a little piece of the cake." And I said, "Okay."
No cake for me.
I mean, I can clearly see there's a whole 3/4 left of the cake. I said, "Did you bring me cake?" And she said, "No, I didn't think you would want any."
I didn't think you would want a frozen cake top
frozen.
from a year. I will say, though,
Was it
this
good?
thing was saran wrapped like
Yeah.
it was going to space. Like it was vacuum sealed. Like it was
Termini's, right?
Termini's. Yep. And it was a chocolate chip
That's
pound
why
cake.
I'm so upset.
Because of the
I love
the flavor.
Termini's. You know I love Termini's. You know I love chocolate pound cake.
Chocolate chip pound cake.
Chocolate chip pound cake.
You just wanted the cake.
I did. That's my favorite
I
thing.
truly didn't think that you would want something that old.
Every time
I feel
I
like
have-
nobody wants to actually eat the cake, but you just do it because it's tradition.
Oh, no. I was so looking forward to mine. Mine was really good. We got ours from East Gross in South Philly.
Uh-huh.
And so, it was so good. The first time it was so good a year later.
Really?
Oh, it was so good.
I feel like I more often than not hear that people do not enjoy it a year later and that it doesn't taste good.
No. Oh, I thought it was so good, but I think anything's good. Garbage disposal right here. But it's such a cute tradition, and I don't want to share that tradition with you, but I always bring my leftovers to work. You know I do.
When have I ever eaten your leftovers at work?
You've never eaten anything at work, except this hoagie.
You bring them for yourself.
I bring it so that I don't eat it at
Monica's
home. So if I
acting
have-
like she's bringing a potluck every day to the office. That is not the case, okay?
But if I have extra dessert, I always bring it in. Like if we had a cake at home and then there's extra, I always bring it to work because otherwise I'll just eat it at home.
I did feel bad. I texted my mom and I said, "What do we do with it? Like we only had a little bit of it."
It's a bad omen
and
that
I
you
said,
threw it out.
What do we do with it? And I said, "Do we throw it out?" And she was like, "Yeah. I mean, there's not much else you could do. You don't eat it every anniversary." And then she said, and then I had thrown it out. And then she texted me again and she was like, "Oh, why don't you just save it it'll be fine for the rest of the week and you can just enjoy it throughout the rest of the week." But it was already in the trash at that point.
Give it to your good friend, someone who's been there from the inception of your relationship. I mean, we started working when you and Tate started dating.
Yeah.
And you told me about this random guy. And then all of a sudden it was like things are getting more and more serious.
Next time I'll call you when we're
That's fine.
eating our 1-year wedding anniversary
But
cake.
someone else had a suggestion for you.
Yeah, so we had come across another couple while we were away for the anniversary, and it was their anniversary too, and we were talking about, all the traditions and whatnot, and they told us that they poked holes into their frozen cake and then filled it with liqueur. That's the first time I had ever heard that. They said it made it moist, and I'm like, well, maybe their cake wasn't wrapped. I hate that word moist, but maybe it wasn't wrapped properly, so that's why.
But you know what that is? You ever heard of Italian rum cake?
Yes.
I'm pretty certain that's what Italian rum cake is.
But I've never, we do have liqueur, like the what's it called? It's like in that orange bottle.
Grand Marnier.
Something like that.
Grand Marnier.
Yes, that sounds right. That sounds right.
I would have done like Sambuca.
Well, that's what we would not know what to do. We would be like pouring tequila in it. We were like, oh, okay, tequila, that works. Oh, you want to put some rum in it?
Beautiful pound cake. Here's some tequila. Yeah, I would have been pouring red wine on top of it.
But it did take we took it out of the freezer and it took like 2 hours to defrost. So it was a process. You can't just take it out and eat it right away.
And you didn't bring it in for me. That's fine.
Is your phone ringing right now?
It was at one point.
Oh, do you have somewhere to be more important than this?
Yeah, I got 2 weddings this weekend, okay?
That's what you're crying about. That's what you're truly crying about is back-to-back weddings.
And a rehearsal dinner. It is all just crazy, but good stuff. A lot of weddings. It's September. I feel like the end of wedding season.
No, it's the beginning. It's just starting. Yes. October, your phone is still ringing. Who needs to talk to you so bad?
Isn't wedding season start in June?
I would say the most popular time of year to get married is the fall, and the most popular wedding months are September and October.
Oh, I always thought it was June.
Fact
It
check
was like
me.
June bride.
Well, you got married in June, so that's why you like to think that.
I did. Okie dokie. Let's go to the trivia now.
Okay, favorite part of the show. We bring you some Delco trivia, and I think you're gonna like this one, Monica.
Okay. I do. Which Wawa store is the original first Wawa, like its location?
Yep, first Wawa.
It's not what you think. Stay with us. All right, the question was, which Wawa store is the original first Wawa?
And Monica, you thought Wawa, Pennsylvania.
Which is a real place.
But you're wrong! The answer is Folsom, 1964.
Love Folsom. That's the heart of Delco.
I like how it says Wawa Food Market. The first Wawa Food Market.
Could you-
I would not, it technically, I guess, can be described as that.
Well, it started with milk. I know that.
And deli, like cold cuts.
Okay. I only heard of the milk part. Milk was essential. Oh,
there it is. That's it. The first one in Folsom. So it's been about 58
so
years.
cute.
58 years ago. That's what I would picture it to look like.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? Just like a corner shop. And it says there, cold cut, groceries, ice cream, milk, Wawa Food Market.
Milk.
They don't have the goose yet.
They don't have the goose yet, but then it became the goose. Because doesn't Wawa in some language, Native American language, is goose?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We should know that.
But it's just so interesting, like the history of it all.
Yeah. And we were talking, so if an alien landed on this planet right now and you had to describe to them what Wawa is, how would you do that?
It's food at your fingertips.
They need to make that their new slogan.
I literally just all the time I go in there. But I mean,
think of the touchscreen ordering when you say that. Like,
yeah, touchscreen, or then they've got, the aisles. Then they also have that area when you first walk in of like the cold, already pre-made stuff. Just real quick.
food at your fingertips.
Food at your fingertips. But my favorite part about Wawa, and I know this is so cheesy and stupid, is that their doors open each way, and people always hold the door for you. Have you ever noticed that?
Which Wawas are you going to?
Wait.
I hold the door for people, but I don't feel that I always get the door held open for me.
Every time I go to Wawa, someone's always just saying, "Oh, here, you go ahead," and I'm like, "Thanks."
I also think Wawa has the best soft pretzels, like one of the best soft pretzels ever.
I totally agree. Butter. They really like buttery goodness. It's something.
Chocolate milk, iced tea. There's so many different great things. So Wawa in Folsom, first one. And I believe we looked it up and the location isn't there anymore, or they were remodeling or moving it.
It doesn't look like that anymore.
All right, if you're trying to reach us, want to talk to us, send us your issues that we can talk about on another episode, Delco Duo at phl17.com.
Thanks for tuning in.